It's the Underpowered Hour. On this week's show, we're celebrating a triple-digit milestone as the podcast hits 100 episodes. To celebrate, I surprise Ike in Oregon for an in-shop visit, and we hear from some good friends with some well wishes. Here's the show. Welcome to the Underpowered Hour. I'm Steve Barris, mild-mannered television executive by day and Land Rover collector by night. You can find out more about our cars and what we're working on at thebarriscollection.com or follow us on Instagram at thebarriscollection. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, Ike Goss.
Thank you to everyone joining us today. I'm the burnt clutch to Steven's slipping automatic. I'm the unpleasant smell of podcasting, Ike Goss. I own and operate Pangolin 4x4 in Springfield, Oregon, where we live and breathe Land Rovers. Check us out online on Facebook, Instagram at Pangolin 4x4. Let's get started.
All right, Ike. Well, it's 100 episodes.
I am so excited about this.
It is actually kind of incredible that we have been at this for 100 episodes, almost 2 years. Coming up very soon. I think May is 2 years. And 100 Underpowered Hour episodes that we've found 100, not quite an hour of stuff to talk about is kind of amazing.
Yeah, it really says something about our personal lives, I think.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
Nothing good though.
Nothing good. No, absolutely. It's a pretty sad state of affairs. But what isn't a sad state of affairs is that we are actually here at His Majesty's Pangolin 4x4 up in beautiful Eugene, Oregon. A little overcast, a little rainy today, but still surrounded with the fragrant and voluptuous odor of vintage Land Rovers.
You surprised me last evening. You surprised me. I was just getting ready to go to bed. I had just brushed my teeth.
Right.
And I looked out the window. It's dark. Yeah. And there's a silhouette. And lo and behold, it's Steven.
Yeah, that's exactly. I tried to crawl in between you and Jenna, but didn't quite get there before I was noticed. But yeah, no, I was up in Canada this past week for an event. And as it turns out, almost all Calgary to Los Angeles flights stop in Eugene, Oregon. It's just a little known fact.
Yeah, the Canadian Immigration Center is right here in Springfield, Oregon.
That's right, where all Canadians are processed into the United States.
You're lucky. Most of them go to the glue factory.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. So we managed to slip through, but no, this is the first time I've been in the new shop.
Yeah, it's still very much a work in progress, as you can see, but we are working and we're in progress.
It is pretty. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's got a few things. It's got heat.
Yeah, that's it.
It has light. It has floors not unlike mine that, when wet, become like slippery, icy glass.
Yeah, we are hoping to rent it in the evenings to a hockey league.
No, it's really fantastic. And you have a new employee that works only for carrots.
Yes, that's true. Our next door neighbor is a horse. He has a big field, and when you open the door, the horse basically sticks his head in the shop. It's a very much Mr. Ed situation. And it's great.
How's the horse been helpful when it comes to carburetor tuning tips and things like that?
Not as much carburetors, but every time you need to pull something out of the way, it's great.
You just lash him up and he's ready to go, always willing.
You just hook him to a Land Rover and then throw a carrot and and
then there you go. Yeah, I did notice you guys have like a bag of carrots in the fridge.
We do. We actually do. We have a bag of carrots in the fridge specifically for the horse.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Does the owner of the horse mind that you're always carroting the horse?
I don't know. I haven't met him yet.
Oh, excellent.
There were two horses, and now there's just one. So I don't know. I fed that first horse a lot of cake.
Well,
I'm teasing. I didn't feed it any cake.
Well, Eliza has gone about the business of reaching out to a bunch of our friends, a bunch of former guests, and a few of them have sent along some messages for us. I don't know. I assume these messages are, please stop.
Please stop. Don't do any more episodes.
I think 100 is more than enough.
It's too many.
Yeah, it is too many. It is too many. I mean, there's just
if you
nothing.
could delete some of your old episodes.
You go back and just clean out. Yeah. Here's a list of episodes we think you should get rid of. Well, let's play a couple of those right now.
Yeah, let's check them out.
I'm Jeff Aronson, the editor of Rovers Magazine. And I'm taking this opportunity to congratulate Steve and Ike on the 100th episode of the Underpowered Hour. I'm sitting in my 2A that I have named the QE1, and to add to my Land Rover obsession, I'm sharing a view of the 67109 back there. That is Rickman. But I might just take this opportunity on a very cold and windy day to go to work in Gilroy, the 97 Discovery 1. It does, after all, have a better heater. It is a cold and frosty day here, very windy, so I apologize for the audio. But don't let that stand in the way of a big, hearty congratulations to the guys.
Well, congratulations from myself, Damon, and the team here at Seriously Series in the Land Down Under. Who would have thought the Underpowered Hour is 100 episodes in? And look, that is a real testament to yourself, Steve, Ike and Liz and the team. It's a big commitment, and it's a big commitment to bring out a regular podcast consistently for 100 episodes, and we know it's going to be more, don't we? Yes, we do. But where do I listen to the Underpowered Hour? Well, right here in my workshop, while I'm actually working and beavering away on Land Rovers, bringing them back from the dead. I think it's a great podcast. It's informative. There's a bit of slapstick comedy in there, and that just keeps everything a little bit light and a little bit bearable when you're, not having the best day with your Land Rover, and that's what we all need. Look, there's many things that have been happening here with Seriously Series. We've got some huge adventures coming up in 2023. We're going to be crossing Australia's largest desert. We're going to be crossing the world's largest piece of exposed limestone bedrock, the Nullarbor Plain, of which we're going to have to make our own track across because no one's been across it on the route that we're going on. And most importantly, we're going to be at the Cooma 75th Land Rover anniversary. And a little birdie tells me that there's going to be a few people from the Americas that are a little bit north there too. So it might be a great opportunity to catch up in person, and we would love to do so. We're also going to be doing a showing of our film Road to Ruin. So anyway, once again, congratulations. Big effort making it to 100 episodes. Can't wait to listen to the next 100 episodes. Keep up the great work, and catch you later on down the track. See you then.
Hey, hello, Ike and Steve from the Underpowered Hour. This is Vlado here from Slovakia. Congratulations on the 100th episode of the best Land Rover show there is. Let me show you a bit of an update what we have here. The last time we spoke, we've started to work on the V8s, the 3 of them in line. The one is almost ready, you can see it there. Here it is. Here the magic happens. And this chassis is the next one, and it has just received an engine that is here. And also my 110 TDI is getting a little bit of attention here. This is the truck that I use, my main daily driver and my workhorse, and here I listen to most of your content. So quite amazing when I look at it. It's just in the last year I did about 35,000 kilometers. So I had a chance to listen to every one of your episodes, and I wish you guys another 100. And at least another 100, yeah. And maybe we can meet perhaps on some trip here in Europe, or maybe on your side of the pond. After all, Steven's Defender is here, and it seems to be quite a good base for expeditions and driving around. So I believe we'll meet sometimes later this year, and maybe have a trip around, maybe the Balkans. Bye guys.
All right, well, what a joy to hear from Jeff Aronson, Geoff Lewis, and Vlado. I mean, all three of those guys are my favorite people to say the least.
That's a really a pretty broad demographic. We've got the East Coast of the United States.
Yes.
We've got Australia.
Yes.
And we've got Slovakia. All represented in those three. I think that's great. It's great to hear from Geoff Lewis. We haven't heard from him since we interviewed him on the show.
That's right.
And I'm excited to see what he's got going on this coming year with sounds like some really cool trips.
And you'll probably see him at Kuma, at the Kuma Land Rover Festival in Australia.
I am very much hoping to see him and trade secrets.
Yes, some trade secrets, yeah. Because you don't go out of the country and talk about Land Rovers without everybody having some kind of secret Land Rover thing you're not supposed to tell anybody about, but that everybody already knows about. That's a pretty important part of the hobby. And then, of course, our good friend, Jeff Aronson. It's always fun to hear him say the Underpowered hour.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
Oh, my God. Jeff Aronson, I love him.
He's got a great accent, and he's probably in between EMS calls.
I know. Seriously.
Right,
he may be listening to this show on some AirPods as he's pulling someone from a burning car or jumping across a crevasse to rescue you. A crevasse. I don't know. It's going to be great. And then, of course, our good buddy Vlado in Slovakia, who is taking great care of my 110 over there. And we have to get over there and make some Slovakian content. He wants to do like an adventure in the Balkans, and he said basically you do anything you want there. So
is that true?
That's what I'm told.
That's what you're told?
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
Did you hear that from Andrew Tate?
Maybe. I can't talk about it. It's a Land Rover secret.
No, it's great to hear from Vlado. I just got a package in the mail from him with a bunch of goodies and neat stuff, and
super cool.
Very much look forward to hopefully visiting him and his really tidy workshop there. Oof. It's super nice. So and he's such a nice guy. I like Vlado a lot.
He is. Yeah. It's what a great group. What an embarrassment of riches it is. Everyone who has been involved in the show over the last 100 episodes. We only have the ability to have so many people send us videos and things like that. But I know everybody would want to if they could, or no one does.
Well, this is just the cream of the crop. We received thousands of submission videos, and these are the ones that were voted as the best by our listeners.
By our listeners, by my mom and your mom. The co-presidents of the Underpowered Hour fan club, and coincidentally, the only members of that fan club as well.
Oh, didn't know that.
No, well, that's all right.
Didn't know that.
That's all right. So, what are some things that you're looking forward to this upcoming the next 100 episodes? I know you guys are embarking on a trip to Australia, to Kuma. At some point this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping that our plans will come together, and we'll get our ducks in a row, and we'll do a little drive in Australia and head to the 75th anniversary celebration there in Kuma. I wouldn't mind trying to hit the Greek Peak event. A lot of folks have been pushing us to go visit there.
We get I would say text message, but I don't think Dixon text messages. We get a collect phone call from an Ontario state prison from Dixon Kenner nearly every other day to ask if we're going to the Anarch, the Greek Peak 75th anniversary.
Must cost him a fortune in cigarettes.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. And we really do. We want to get there. We're working on trying to get that into the plan so that we can get up there maybe with some of the team. The only concern, the only real thing keeping us from doing that right now is that we're still looking for a candidate Freelander in order to get in there.
Yeah, what's happening with your Freelander?
Well, as I understand it, there's some illegal street racing going on outside of Pangolin 4x4 here. It appears. I think I just saw Vin Diesel walk by, actually. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on out there. But as I understand it, the car is running, driving under its own power, I believe, but there is a lot of moving pieces there. There's a bit of a language barrier and, some time and space concerns. But I am told that they have drained all of the water out of the transmission and that it is running and driving. And they would like very much for me to come and pick it up because it's in the way. So, because I believe it's actually scaring business away from the gentleman who's working on the transmission.
I'm not convinced that that's true. I think if somebody sees a Freelander that's repaired outside of a transmission shop, that is the pinnacle of automotive achievement.
The greatest transmission person in the world.
Greatest transmission
I think
person in the world.
I think people just assume when they see that's a Freelander in its native habitat is outside of a transmission shop. I think that's just where you see them. You know, I mean, I think that's where they exist.
I think it's a dying breed. I don't think they exist too many places. I bet there's more running Tickford wagons than there are Freelanders.
Oh, I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. That's absolutely true. No, it's true. And you know, we're very close. We're very close. So there's a couple things coming up this year that we want to make sure that we have the Freelander ready for. So
renewing your wedding vows.
Renewing your wedding vows in the Freelander. Yeah, it actually can't be renewed without it. So you know, it's one of the conditions that Liza has put on that is that you know the Freelander has to be running, which seems to me like she's trying to come up with an out. You know, because the chances of that happening are very low. So I think she's just
she put that as a condition on the the renewal.
Yeah, when we got married 16 years ago, that was I don't know how she had the foresight, seeing as I don't believe that car was out yet. That's crafty, you know.
Crafty. What year is your Freelander?
This is 2003.
2003.
Oh, so it was out.
It was out.
It was just new. What incredible foresight to have to know that it would be the worst car ever made.
Yeah, that's saying a lot, but it's mostly true.
It is. It is.
True.
It's mostly true. It's mostly
true. Your experience.
Well, something that requires you to like completely disassemble the entire car anytime anything goes wrong. I think if a window regulator burns out, you have to pull the motor.
I think that's true.
Yeah, so it's an interesting design, but as you know, it's a labor of love. It has nothing to do with good sense or any of that. So, anyways, we have some more video submissions from good friends of the show. So let's take a look at that.
Let's check them out.
Hey, Ike and Steve, it's your favorite attorney in Land Rover and Hedrick, Will Hedrick. My congratulations to y'all and the Underpowered team on hitting this milestone 100th episode. As a small token of my appreciation for all the work that y'all do, I'm sending out a couple of Defender of Defender girl badges. On behalf of myself and others in the Land Rover enthusiast community, thank you for everything you all do to support our part of the automotive world, and please be sure to keep up the great work. Thanks and cheers.
Ike and Steve, congratulations on 100 episodes of Underpowered Hour. Such a fantastic achievement. I'm very proud for you, and long may there be more episodes to listen to and for everybody to enjoy about Rovers, Land Rovers and tarpaulins, whatever else you want to entertain us with. So what have I been up to lately? Well, I think this place has been keeping me busy from the looks of things around about the place, but project-wise, I'll focus on this fine machine behind us, my trophy ute, as I call it, in Aussie style, and hopefully, given us a new year, 75th anniversary, we'll find an excuse to get the trophy ute out again, because I certainly love to use her in an off-road set of circumstances, and maybe get a tarp for the back. You know, back home in Australia, I never used tarpaulins much or anything. They were sort of like an annoyance. So my favourite use for a tarp, in the back of the ute. That's definitely my tip for the day. And a little bit of advice for you. Maybe you should come back here or from here, you could try and decide which of these fantastic vehicles you would purchase if the stars aligned. You won the lottery, you know, suddenly needed an extra birthday present or something else. So show us my Rover and where do I listen for the show from. So I listen to it out there in one of the slightly new vehicles in the staff car park. So yeah, that's the way I go about it today. On the trip to and from work, it makes a great afternoon, evening listen, and by all means, I hope to see you in 2023 and happy 75th anniversary. Thank you.
Hi, this is Nick Dimbleby saying congratulations to Steve, Ike, Liza and Jenna for 100 episodes of the Underpowered Hour. I mean, it's amazing. How did you manage to do 100 episodes? Talk about Land Rovers for well over 100 hours. I mean, where does the time go? And it makes me think I must have listened to 100 episodes of the Underpowered Hour, which makes me wonder where my time goes. Anyway, some real highlights over the years. We've got the summer breakdown, of course, the undisputed king of Land Rovers in the movies. And of course, I just want to say a personal thank you very much for giving me that private view of Ike's review of Nando's. I can see why there wasn't much time for it. I mean, it just went on for hours, but worthwhile. That's the main thing. So yeah, I guess for the future, maybe you might allow me to come back on. I'd like to talk some more bollocks with you. It was a very enjoyable few minutes that we spent back at the end of 2021. So if we could do that would be great. And in the meantime, congratulations again, and here's to the next 100 episodes. Well done.
All right. Well, again, I mean, it is embarrassing, the caliber of individual that is willing to send in a little congratulations, and
Humbling is maybe a better word.
I would say no, it's just a little. I would say it's embarrassing for them to be associated with the show. Humbling certainly for us, but I appreciate.
Yeah,
it.
a group of Land Rover Titans there. We've got Will Hedrick, Nick Dimbleby, and Michael Bishop. Great to hear from them all. For those of you that don't know, Will Hedrick, he is the defender of defenders. Right. He's a prominent Land Rover based attorney, which is just an amazing niche he's found for himself there.
Yes, I think it's fair to say he's also the United States only Land Rover based attorney. I don't know if there are others.
I couldn't say,
but he's certainly defended more defenders than anyone I know.
Yeah, he deals with a lot of like importation, and basically dealing with Customs and Border Protection, U.S. government sort of. Yeah.
He will
issues.
In fact, he will knife fight a border protection officer.
I've seen it
if necessary.
I've seen a video.
Yeah, it's like the Outsiders. They tie their wrists together with a bandana, and then they have that deed it. Or like when
if only you could solve import problems in customs with combat, that would be so much easier than what you actually have to do.
You could choose
here's a mountain of paperwork, or 6 years litigation or a knife fight. Those are your choices. I would choose knife fight every time.
I would choose knife fight every time. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But then I think, you'll get the border guard. They're going to start getting like, they're going to get like Van Damme or somebody.
A champion?
They're going to choose a champion.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like, oh, crap, we're screwed. How the hell am I going to do this? I was expecting that border guard guy. Why does Van Damme work for the border guard? Yeah. So because they don't allow hand-to-hand combat to settle your importation, Will is he's there, and he's got some really fascinating. He and his brother have some fascinating Land Rover stories. We're definitely going to have him, hopefully both of them, on the show this year.
That'd be great.
To talk more about kind of the second part. I mean, you can only talk so much in one episode, and we only just barely scratched the surface last time Will was on about all of the comings and goings on of importing a car into the United States, and so we'll finish that conversation. And again, Will's brother has some awesome stuff as well. So very much looking forward.
And how about that video from Michael Bishop at Land Rover Classic? Showing some of those wonderful vehicles that they have there. That was pretty special to hear from him.
It really was. I mean, he is, a legend, a classic in his own right.
Land Rover scholar.
He is. I mean, he is really the
PhD.
Roger Craythorne, if you will, of our generation. I think because he has knowledge of Land Rovers at such a deep, intimate, if you will, level. That simply is unmatched. And he's a great friend of the show and of ours, and has helped us both. On the show side and of course with our personal Land Rovers and customer Land Rovers and things so many times that what a fantastic dude. And again, I believe he will also be in Australia at Kuma. So
I believe that's right.
It's going to be quite the crowd there, quite a gathering.
And Nick Dimbleby comes through again with quite a clever video there. I really enjoyed hearing from him. I didn't necessarily expect him to have the time to make that, but that was super great.
He is a busy gentleman, and
He was just in Dubai, I believe.
he's always somewhere. Every time I look at his Instagram or I text him or something, he's always just coming from or just going to some kind of exotic location to photograph some
Globe-trotting Land
car.
Rover photographer.
Oh, amazing. And of course, Morgan's and everything else that he works with. He's got some cool stuff. I also think he's going to be at the Kuma show. It's going to be,
what I heard.
Man, it's a place to be.
I believe it is the place to be.
The place to be. Yeah,
Clear
I
your
look
schedule
to it. Yeah, well, I'm trying, but it is not going well. It is not going well. I'm not sure that we'll have the entire team there, but we will have some people there for
some
sure.
representatives.
So there will be representation. We will have an opportunity to do possibly some live content from Kuma, and certainly we'll send everybody with GoPros and with recorders and all of those things, and do our very best to sneak those all through Australian customs. So yeah. I believe Linus is planning on taking an 80-inch apart and trying to carry it onto the airplane. I think that's the plan.
I thought he was going to leave it together and fill it with koalas.
Oh, right. Yes. For the ride back.
Yeah.
For the ride back. Yeah. Heavily. Don't all koalas have chlamydia?
I don't think in this case that matters. I don't think
that's
Linus can track something he already has.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Well, it is, coming to the end of what has been a pretty spectacular 100th episode. But before we go, we have prepared a very special challenge. This is something that only the sort of oracle of Land Rover knowledge, Ike Goss, could possibly even attempt.
This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough.
You think the lightning round is difficult. What we have prepared is a series of Land Rover fluids that might be found in a classic Land Rover. And it would be too easy, I think, if I could simply look at them because that he's going to immediately identify them. So Ike will be identifying Land Rover fluids entirely by scent and by sound and possibly by taste. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, and I feel like I've opened myself up to the potential for some serious pranks.
Yes.
And
poisoning, potentially.
I hope that you take this challenge as seriously as I do.
Certainly, we take it with the utmost seriousness. And so now it's time for a new segment that we like to call
Taste Your Rover.
Taste Your Rover. So here we go. All right, Ike. Well, we have what we're calling Taste Your Rover. A brand new segment where we've collected a variety of different fluids.
Fresh specimens.
Oh, yeah, they're absolutely fresh. Only the freshest. And it wouldn't be fair, I think, if you could actually look at it and identify it. That's too easy, right?
Right.
A lot of it, the color, textures, you'll know right away. And so we prepared some special blackout glasses for you.
Okay.
All right. So underneath the tarp over here, I prepared a little palette of different flavors and textures for you here from different vehicles. Linus and Jenna have collected some great stuff for us. So I'm gonna start you off over here with this one. Let's see what you think.
Okay. All right. Here goes.
Smell and when you can dip your fingers in there. Everything but look at it.
An interesting bouquet. Has definitely earthy aroma. Okay. Low viscosity.
Yeah. We'll take a little drink. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
PB Blaster.
Oh, PB Blaster. That's exactly
PB
right.
Blaster.
Yeah. Well done. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're 1 for 1. 1 for 1 so far. All right. We'll try this next one. This is a little fruitier, a little spicier. It's a nice sweetness to this one. All right. Give it a little smell.
Oh yeah. It's got kind of like a little bit of a maple note.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very, very low viscosity.
Yeah, this is very liquidy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Try a little taste of this. Yeah.
That's good. That's coolant.
Oh, that's coolant. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. That's a coolant. All right. Here, this one's a favorite. All right.
Make sure I don't spill one of these here.
No, you're okay. Yeah.
All right. Smell this one.
Yeah.
That one's harder to place.
Yeah.
Smells a little harder to place.
A little pungent, maybe. Yeah.
How do I want to describe that? It's a little sour.
Okay.
It's a little bit sour.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a little bit sour.
All right.
And then let's. Ooh, that's thicker.
That's very thick.
That's thicker.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, a little. Well, it moves pretty slow. It's a slow moving liquid.
Oh,
It's in your beard and mouth. Yeah.
that one's 90 weight.
Oh, that's 90 weight.
That's
Yeah, that's
90
exactly
weight.
right. Yeah,
That's
that's
90
exactly
weight.
right. Yeah, that's 90 weight. Yeah,
Yeah.
well done. Well, man, so far you're 3 for 3. It's a little more difficult from here on out, though. Okay, here comes this next one. Well, I think this is a nice sort of a palate cleanser. After that one, here's the next one. So
Okay.
we've gone, because I thought you might have an easy time with this. So this one we've sourced from a good friend's motor in for a rebuild, and I think this one this might get you. This one you might not get.
All right. Here
Yeah,
goes. Here
yeah.
goes. Now that has a familiar note to it, but it's a little different than maybe one of the last ones. This let's see what the consistency is like here. Oh, it's a little thicker. It's a little thicker.
Yeah.
I might actually.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might actually.
The Triscuit test.
Yeah. But this is thick enough, you know.
Yeah. So it's sort of like a dip. Yeah.
You know what this is? This is emulsified oil out of the sump of Steve Francis's 2-liter engine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing recall.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
exactly
Wow,
what
that's
it is.
exactly, you're right. That's exactly what it is. That's 100% on the fluid test. That's really impressive. Now I've got one extra one, and I know this is a viewer favorite. I think this one might be a little more difficult for you to recognize, but I know it's from one of your favorite places. So give that, I'll put that in your hand there. Give that one a go.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's well, I'm not sure. Well, that's a thicker one too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, now after the last one, this has got me a little stumped.
Yeah.
What could that be? All right.
Yeah. You gotta kind of, maybe get your tongue in there a little bit. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's Nando's Peronaise.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
Nando's
right.
Peronaise.
Yeah. Wow.
And,
That's
actually, this is a pretty good time to.
Actually, we're out of time, unfortunately, for this segment, but thank you, Ike, for going through the first round of Taste Your Rover. I mean, maybe this will replace the lightning round for guests from here on out. I don't know. We'll send them a little kit, but all right. Well, thanks for using your incredible Land Rovering powers to identify without the use of sight.
Thank you, Stephen.
All right.
Oh, hi. I was just publishing the podcast. In the Land Rover community, 3-digit numbers have special significance. There's the 101 for the forward control, the 130 for the long wheelbase Defender, and my personal favorite, the 110. In the podcast community, it's a different 3-digit number that has special significance. From all of us at the Center Steer podcast, I'd like to wish the Underpowered Hour congratulations on its 100th podcast. You may now resume your important things.
Wow, I did not expect to hear from John.
The thing is in my ever increasing desire to create a Marvel-like Land Rover-based cinematic universe, crossovers are very important to that.
It's true.
And we appreciate John, and of course John and Harold and Dixon and the gang are pioneers in the space. They've been doing it for a decade, or as Jeff Aronson would say, a decade, and it has been fantastic. I mean, they've been at it for such a long time, past their 100th episode. Actually, around the same time we had them on our show, which was great. What better way to celebrate your 100th episode than by coming on the Underpowered Hour?
Yeah.
So we invite everybody. So when Ivan and Dan at Rover Talk get to 100 episodes, they're more than welcome to come on. Hopefully by then, it'll be their 15th or 20th appearance on the show. But great to see John, and great to see his that he's put the lighting kit in his Lego Defender. I have the lighting kit for my Lego Defender.
That's
but
really the thing that you noticed the
it
most.
is the thing. It was very impressive.
No, we really appreciate his best wishes. They're totally joking. But it really is nice to hear from him.
Well, Ike, I'm glad you didn't die in the Land Rover Fluid Tasting Challenge, and I think we'll have to make that. We'll have to make that a regular segment next time Bob Ives comes to visit the shop. We're gonna have to make him taste some 80, some 98.
We gotta go to the hospital and pump my stomach.
I don't know. It doesn't. You don't look good. I mean, you look better.
I never do.
No, it's true, but like worse than normal. So yeah. So I think we should probably So while at that, Ike. It's been a great 100 episodes. I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else. I don't think anyone else would tolerate it. I appreciate it, and let's give another 100 to go.
All right, looking forward to it.
The Underpowered Hour is produced by Liza Barris, Ike Goss, and me, Steve Barris. Pavel Svardov composed and performed our theme music. Consider supporting the show on Patreon, and if you already do, thank you. Your support makes the show possible. For even more, check out our Instagram or Facebook.